The Durian Heat, bringing big ideas and critical opinions in Southeast Asia.
So we are at the last section of the Durian Heat with the Faizul Ibrahim from Brunei. Hello, are you still with us?
Hello. Yep, I'm still here.
Okay, very cool. So moving on to the next topic to talk about the entrepreneurship, because Kickstarters we consider as a micro business, but then one of the biggest barrier for all the startups and entrepreneurs will be funding. Financial resources. And for your startup, Faizul, how do you actually collect or look for financial resources?
Did you go hungry?
Okay. Well, as thus far, we've been using a lot of our own resources, but there are a lot of grants out there and competitions where we'll be able to apply to, and like we're talking about like a lot of money that can potentially be poured into our startups. But I think, and how it looks right now, it's very manageable. Like especially for us, like we've been lucky enough to develop the programmer who's like, you know what, I'll do it for free. I was like, oh, that's great. I didn't even mention money here, but yeah, when you meet people like that, that's amazing, right? So
yes,
and you become even more motivated, more enthusiastic with the project. But yeah, we are looking into getting funding from the government, from BDB, which means Brunei Economic Development Board, and they themselves have been very supportive, and they've been nudging us like, you know, hey, there's this thing you should apply, you know, it's a grant, maybe in the next month or so, and we're also giving them, yeah, sure, we're definitely gonna apply, but it's definitely still in the first stage of designing, and we want to work on the business model and how it's going to be sustainable on paper, and then definitely go into applying all these great opportunities, these grants, these fundings from the government,
but
and even beyond. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I mean, you are quite lucky to use your own funding to actually make this sustainable, at least for the short run first. But what about like other entrepreneurs? Like, is it a common thing in Brunei to have angel investors to invest on small micro startups, or do they do mostly crowdfunding?
There are. I'm not entirely sure about crowdfunding. I don't think that's something that's very much practiced here, but there are VCs here in Brunei. But they're hiding in plain sight. You can't believe in how they dress. Like you would think someone who would be very rich would be driving like for example, a Mercedes, but they're driving like a Kanchil or like a small car.
Malaysian car.
I was like, how would I know that's a VC, guys?
Of course.
Yeah, I mean, we've met a few, and they're very impressed in how we've portray ourselves and how we pitch to them our ideas. But there are VCs here in Brunei. They constantly invest on great ideas. They invested this one VC that I know of. He invested in a how do I call this? It's like EAC and iSender. Basically, it's this place where he wants to also invite other entrepreneurs to come in. It's called True Synergy, and he's calling it like the next Silicon Valley for Bruneians. So that's encouraging, and I thought, that's great as well. So he's doing that, and he at the same time he owns a big international brand here. It's a tea drink. So yeah, he's a VC, and he's incredibly humble. And there's a few other VCs here in Brunei who are always enthusiastic and wanting to invest in great ideas.
It's really I can agree with your points where the government is very supportive towards all these micro businesses in Brunei, because there's also this program to join the business plan writing competition, and then this is also for those who want to start a business from their own home and then don't need much capital in their businesses, and then they get to submit their very solid business plan, and then they get a prize money up to around $20,000 if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
And then how have you considered joining one of the competition for your company fund, or?
Yeah, absolutely. I think there's one competition called Ignite that's going to be at the end of the year. That's something that we're looking into joining.
I see.
So that's also something that's either Islander and BDB has been pushing for us to, join, like every single, like,
And
they tell
that's
us,
definitely encourages most entrepreneurs in Brunei itself.
Yep, absolutely, yeah. And then showcasing all these great ideas may inspire, especially the younger generation, to start a lot of these things on their own, which is great.
Do you have entrepreneurs from other Southeast Asian country wanting to invest or to participate or to co-venture in Brunei to explore the market there?
I think it's maybe me with my lack of knowledge of entrepreneurship because I'm very new as well. I would say there definitely those people out there, but not to my knowledge so far that I know them personally. That they're going into Brunei wanting to open up their business. But I can't say one. A friend of mine from Turkey, he lives in Manila, but he wants to open up a bookstore here in Brunei. He wants to start his own business. And I thought, that's a great idea. That's good. I mean, I would very much encourage you to do that, and I would help you in trying to make that transition smoother and your arrival here to Brunei and starting your own business a lot better.
But how easy it is to start business in Brunei, because they did a company actually did a research throughout Southeast Asia. Apparently, to start a business in Indonesia is actually more harder than in other Southeast Asian countries because you have to go through so many bureaucratic processes. But in Brunei, would it be similar?
I wouldn't say it's easy, but there's this thing called, I think you guys know this very well, so Alibaba. You guys know Alibaba, right? Yeah. So a lot of them are doing that. They're here now. So I know a friend who runs a Korean restaurant here in Brunei, and he's Alibaba as well. So his company is registered under a local name, and then that's it. And it's easy. It's as easy as that. But after that, of course, there's going to be the other sort of hurdles that comes in, like you have to, like, the product coming in, it needs to be verified, validated, etc. But registering as a company itself, it can be as easy as like that, as Alibaba. Just get a friend to register their name here in the country, and then it's done.
And with the government being very supportive towards these entrepreneurs in Brunei, we can also probably safely say that there will be many other foreigners who will come to Brunei to see the more potential in terms of their business and all their planning, establish a business there itself. But then what's more important here is they need to really know the policies or regulations before starting the business. I mean, Alibaba is one of the sort of a platform for them to be able to just register their companies. But like you mentioned that before, all this bringing all these products or exporting the products, even they need to really have the black and white and a clear document for them to be able to carry on their business.
Absolutely, I think it also applies to every country. So you got to do your homework. That's at least sort of advice you could give to people. Do your homework. Look at the policies. Look at how much money you need to register for this, that. So yeah.
So with this very fresh idea of your startup, Faizul, where can people reach do you have your own website, or because I already liked your Facebook page, but other than that, how can people reach you?
The website will be up soon. I mean, we've registered for a domain. We're currently constructing the website, socialgridnetworks.com. That will be the website, but the best way is through Facebook. You can connect with us through Facebook. Just search for Social Grid Networks, and that's how you can connect with us. There's an email there. You can email us if there's any inquiries.
Well, basically, your startup is a very online-based startup company. Hello, can you hear us? Hello, can you hear us? Okay, so I was saying that your startup is online-based startup, and then other than using all those social media channels, can you hear me? Okay. Or rather than other than using a social network to promote your business, what are the other ways that you can reach your audience via online? do you have your particular apps or things that people can reach you in a different approach?
The platform will definitely be developed into an app once it goes once it's progressed to a certain stage. So yeah, people will definitely be able to reach us through an app. Well, I don't know. I guess most of the things that we want to do is basically online. So that's you look us through Facebook, to Twitter, to like I don't know if you're gonna have an Instagram account soon, but yeah. Those are the sort of platforms you guys can reach us through. Mostly online.
Yeah. Lastly, so lastly, before we wrap things up, if you have some words to share with your friends who are working in the government in Brunei, why they should join you to together form an entrepreneur community, what would you say to them?
Oh wow. I have to choose my words wisely. Come to the dark side, and I would say, let's just say, businessmen are in for it for the money, but entrepreneurs are in for it for the adventure. I would say, join the adventure. It's a whole lot of fun, and how the economy is and how employment rate is here, especially in this country. I would say it's a good opportunity for you to just try out the startup life, because you don't know what you're gonna get, and it's I would say from my experience so far, from my young experience, it's been a great journey. So I'm looking forward to it to becoming something more, and I would definitely would love to have. Especially my friends who are in the government sector to just jump ship and join us, But yeah, it's definitely an option for them, because, like I said, it's becoming very difficult to find jobs in the government sector. So I think it's important to be brave, and it's important to allow yourself to look at other avenues. So yeah,
definitely.
Be brave. That's it. Be brave.
Be brave and be adventurous, because if you don't start now and you don't know when you're gonna start with your, having your ideas, and especially when you're young, being young entrepreneurs, it also sounds very cool.
Yeah, absolutely. Sometimes people are just scared to share their ideas, and that's why I always encourage people, like, if you have a great idea, just sit down with me with coffee, and then I will definitely give you some advice. Even if we are at a stage where, I would like to collaborate with you, then that's great, that sort of thing. So, if you have some great ideas, just let me know. That's it,
All right. Well, do share. And thank you so much for joining us for this interview, Faizul. That's the end of our the Durian Hit session. So,
thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. So we'll be back tomorrow for more news from Southeast Asia.
And more discussion.